Well, the interesting thing about Capacity College is I'm really happy to be a part of that initiative. To me, it's a concept that's brilliant. You take local leaders and use or transfer, help them to transfer the skills and experience that they have developed over years to groups of individuals that may need those skills. It's simple, but I don't know if anybody's I don't know if anybody's thought about it before, but at least it's being implemented, and I think it's wonderful. I think it's very much needed. I became involved in it as a fellow. I am still a fellow. I participated in it last year. I believe Keisha and myself were the introductory Capacity College facilitators. And I was just elated to be a part of that as someone who's worked in the community and to be able to share the knowledge and skills that I had acquired in some way. I will continue this year to also share that knowledge. Scheduled at the end of this month, January, for 2 sessions, along with my partner, and we'll be working again. And I'm just thrilled. I think it's a wonderful thing that NPN has started. I think it's badly needed, and from judging from the persons that have signed up for it, which has been huge, it's badly needed in the community. So I think we're doing a great thing. I think they're doing a great thing. Yeah.
Um, what about the part then about transferring ideas from one group to another? Do you feel that everybody learns from each other, or is there more, some groups really have to get up to speed, or how do you find that part?
One of the things too that we discussed in preparing for Capacity College is the needs of the participants. Um, and we're still working on that even now because we're trying to make sure we meet those needs. Although we have the knowledge and the skills, maybe they have the knowledge and skills also. And so maybe there's some area that we need to focus on that they may be a little bit weak in. And if they're weak in that area and they need us to kind of talk or help them more in that area, then that's what we want to do. So that's our strategy, to find out exactly what their needs are, and then we can focus on that and help them to develop whatever it is that they need to implement. Um, we want this to be something that is just not that where they come to a workshop and then they leave and then they forget all about it. We want this to be something that's practical, that they can go back, that they can use in their work to help in the community. And judging from the comments, because we did a survey, we did ask them afterwards, well, is this helpful to you? And we're going to continue that also because we want to be able to have data that proves that Capacity College is working. So, judging from the initial data, we know that this is really helpful. That is really helping them to go back into the community and make a difference.
And it's helping them sustain their
Yes, it is
Their
helping
stuff.
them just all of the above.
Yeah, yeah. Do you feel like it's promoting and building alliances among different neighborhood groups?
Yeah, part of the purpose is also for groups to work together. Um, the Capacity College requests that different organizations send representatives. So there's a way of knowing, for example, when we have our workshops, whatever the workshop is, that other people may be experiencing the same thing as you're experiencing. So hey, let's get together. Let's work this out. How can we solve this problem? So we found that to be the case too. So it's a good way to do that. Yeah. Well, they're doing the citizen participation project is really similar to what we do as Central City Partnership, in working in conjunction with the politicians, and so on. I think they have to be careful to make sure that they're just not another arm of the city government and they are dictated to by the mayor or whomever. But I think it's a great thing whenever citizens can participate and can have a voice in what is happening in the community. So from that aspect, I think it's a tremendous thing for the city of New Orleans. I think it maybe need to be fine-tuned, but to their credit, they have had numerous meetings. They've even come to the Central City Partnership and we've critiqued what they're doing, and they're open to going back to fine tuning it, so to speak. So I think it's great. I think it's wonderful.
But it wouldn't reduce the need for the real neighborhood association.
Absolutely not.
Could you speak to that part of it?
No, I think there's always a need for the neighborhood associations. Um, Again, there's their element of independence. Um, you're hearing from the real people, so to speak. Um, and I'm hoping that the citizen participation project is going to be along those same lines. But certainly, we never don't want to. We don't want to get rid of our neighborhood associations. No.
I mean, it gives you your independent footing.
Well, but of course, capacity building is always good whenever the citizens have that strength in order to be able to hear their voices be heard. Say that's great. I think it's wonderful.
Could you speak a little bit about capacity buildings within the neighborhood associations since Katrina? Have the recovery efforts, do you feel it's helped strengthen you as organizations?
I think on the whole, as I said, since Katrina, post-Katrina, many people have become more interested in the planning process, and they're becoming more involved. So yes, the capacity has been strengthened in that way. And I think also that the higher power, so to speak, the mayor and so on, sees that they can't do it by themselves. There has to be participation from the citizens at the ground level. It can't be top down. It has to be from residents up. And like I said, the Pontilli Association, for example, great example of how citizens are saying, hey, this is what we need, this is what we want, and this is what we want you to do, and you had better do it. And that's working.
Yeah.
That's working.